Donald Trump's campaign manager, Kellyanne Conway, has just arrived. She joins us at the table. Good to see you, Kellyanne. You got a busy day today. But let's start with the emails. With the latest letter saying that there is no change in the investigation, Donald Trump says it's further proof that she's being protected by a rigged system. He says she'll be under investigation for a long time. Does he not accept the FBI's conclusions on this matter?
Well, I think he's channeling the frustration of many Americans who just say, why did you reopen this, or why did you extend it 9 days before? And Jim Comey came under vicious attack by the Democrats. I mean, everybody said, why is he interfering in an election? I don't hear them complaining today, Gail, that the decision to not move forward yet again is interfering in the election. And I think that Donald Trump's message of the rigged, corrupt system is the same. He essentially is saying that we're shipping our jobs and our wealth overseas. He's essentially saying to the forgotten man or forgotten woman, the system doesn't work for you, and I will change that because I will get to Washington owing nobody anything. That's
what evidence does he have, Kellyanne, that there will be a criminal trial for Hillary Clinton? Where is that coming from?
Well, I think what he's saying is that 650,000 new emails, they would have had to look at one per second, 24/7, since they announced this investigation. That's pretty good efficiency for the federal government, I must say. And basically, he's going by what Jim Comey said back on July 7th under oath, which is she was reckless and careless. She lied about the server. She lied about the number of devices she was using. She lied about having classified information on there. A lot of unanswered questions when you're dealing with the Clintons. Decades of personal enrichment.
Can we take a look at the state of this race where we see it today? Early voting has really been interesting. We're going to see record early voting. More than 40% of the country will vote early, specifically the state of Nevada. 70% voted early. And Clark County overperformed for President Obama. John Ralston, a very respected political reporter, says the state's pretty much done. It looks like Obama may have won that state. What do you think?
Well, we heard 2 weeks ago that the whole race was over, that our path was gone and we could not get to 270. So you have to pardon us at the Trump campaign if we don't believe people saying the race is over.
How much would you have to win by on election day to counter that strong Democratic?
About 5 to 6 points.
Yeah.
Nevada is really the state where we need an incredibly strong day of performance, but we're also preparing for that. We deployed different assets there. We moved some personnel around last week, anticipating that this might happen, Nora. But we look at states where you have the strongest day of voting, like New Hampshire, like Pennsylvania. We feel really good about our prospects there. Those are the states where the polls have been tightening. Michigan would be another one where the polls are really tightening, where we frankly have the Clinton campaign on the run. We re-scrambled the map, and they followed us. They followed our lead into some of these states.
The way I see this race is the Democrats are trying to bank a big early vote to counter out a big vote on Election Day by the Republicans and the Trump campaign. They're making the argument, though, that they've banked so much that there's no way the Trump campaign can catch up, specifically in the state of Nevada. And Robbie Mook just this morning was here saying that that's true in Florida now that 900,000 Hispanics have voted early, that's a huge record, and that it would be, in his words, too big for Donald Trump to overcome.
That's just not true. I like Robbie very much, but that's more spin and sophistry than fact. We get a daily report on the early voting, the absentee voting returns, and we like what we see in Florida insofar as it's a state where we're about 140,000 votes ahead of where Governor Romney was at this stage. But we know in places like North Carolina, Nora, which Governor Romney did carry in 2012, he was way behind in the early vote and actually won the state. The same thing happened 2 years later in the Senate race there. So we're prepared for all of those dynamics.
Have you taken away Donald Trump's Twitter account?
I have not. I would not do that.
Has anybody in your camp taken? Because it's been reported that he's been relieved of his.
No, he still tweets. You see the tweets are out there. What I love, though, is that he is talking about the issues. I mean, she decided to go super low, so we went a little bit medium to high in our closing arguments.
Which raises the question, if there's this huge turnout of Latinos and huge turnout of educated women who normally vote Republican in terms of suburbs, does Donald Trump have only himself to blame?
No, on balance, that would be a benefit for Secretary Clinton. But we also see there that you're seeing explosive turnout prospects in some of these areas where you have white, non-college educated households that really love his message of renegotiating trade deals, of bringing our jobs and our wealth back.
And you think they'll vote in record numbers?
Well, they could. We see in early voting too, and what I absolutely will bank on, Charlie, is that the people like in Minnesota yesterday, where we got 21,000 RSVPs for an airport hangar that will hold 4,500 people, 18 hours after we posted the event at all, that those people are going to go show up and vote. The idea that you would wait in line or park your car a mile away and then not vote is folly. So we're excited about the enthusiasm and the momentum. And
What's
I
the
think
main
honest
state you'll be
analysts will say
looking
to
at
me,
tomorrow, Kellyanne, that says to you, we got this?
Well, we have 6 different routes to 270
6.
now. 6 different routes to 270. That was not always the case. And so we'll be looking at, we need to
What's
hold
the
our core
Democratic state
4.
that you got to pick off?
We would like to pick off Michigan or Pennsylvania or both, Colorado, New Hampshire. We're
If
looking at all-
in fact you don't win and Hillary Clinton wins, can we expect Donald Trump to be a graceful loser who will say, this is America, and I want to wish Hillary Clinton the best and offer my support to her
If the
as
election
president?
results, if the election results are verified and certified, absolutely. But we just know we're going to win. I changed the invitation to tomorrow night's party from election night to victory party. We've been feeling that momentum and that enthusiasm in the closing days. She definitely has been on defense. They've been visiting blue states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. They've been following our lead around. And we feel like that last minute momentum, I understand what they're saying about early vote banking, but most people will vote tomorrow. And I think when you hear a spin like that, we're almost depressing people from not going out. The race is over. Don't exercise your voice and choice. We feel the opposite in the Trump campaign.
But back to
People
Charlie's
will
point,
go
I think
out.
it's worth repeating. If it does not turn out the way you want, he will be gracious in defeat.
He's a very gracious man, and he will. But we know we're going to win, and I'll come back
Okay.
later in the week and tell you how we did it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
We'd
you,
like to
Kellyanne.
see you here, too. Thank you,
Kellyanne
Kellyanne.
Conway. CBS News election night coverage begins tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central here on CBS. You can also watch all day on our streaming network, CBSN.